YouTube. C'est bon, j'ai reçu la notification. Dunis. Mrs. A, are you ready? Okay, it's good. You can go.
Very center. We like to think of ourselves as the heart of USA. And so that's our location. We're between Colorado and Missouri on both sides. So we have Denver and Kansas City, both within driving distance of Hays. What makes Fort Hays special, I think, is we are in a very small community, and the university and the community are very dependent on one another. They really do need each other to thrive and be successful. So when you come to Fort Hays, you will get integrated into the community, and the community is very integrated into the campus and the student life here. I think one of the things, I went to Fort Hays 20 years ago as a student, and one of the things that made my time impactful and that I think still really impacts students today is how many international students we bring to this part of the U.S. Like I said, we have students from 50 different countries, and we're serving around 200 international students on our campus a year. So when you live and learn at Fort Hays, you have the opportunity to build a global network and start making an international community. And those are friends that will last you a lifetime. It's not just while you're here, but you can have those connections when you start opening a business, or you come up with a new idea and you want your friend from Asia to think it through with you, and from Europe, and having that international network is just such a valuable thing. And I really do see and believe that that happens here at Fort Hays, that students have the opportunity to do that. Another piece that makes us very special is just our price point. Studying abroad or going to a university, no matter where it is, it's expensive. And Fort Hays, being in the rural area we are able to keep our cost of university down, but also the cost of living for food and housing and things like that. And so I would say the ability to build a very impactful and long-lasting community, as well as the affordability, are the two things that really set Fort Hays apart in terms of who we are and why we do what we do.
Excellent, thank you. And my next question to you is just focusing on our partnership. So, some people wonder, why is it that you decided, because you were our first partner, why is it that you decided to partner with us? Is it Senegal? Was it vision? What was it? I know both of you have been to Senegal, but what is it that actually made you want to partner with us?
Sure. So I'll start, and then Bill actually was the one that wrote the agreement for this partnership, so I'll have him close why. But one of the things that's unique about Fort Hays is doing partnerships is really part of who we are. I would say it's part of the Fort Hays State DNA. We've been doing this type of partnership work for nearly 30 years now, and it's very integral to what we do. And the people who work here, they understand why we have partnerships, and they also understand how to operate them. It takes a lot of coordination from both sides of a partnership for those to be successful. So partnerships and international partnerships especially have been a very key thing for Fort Hays State University for nearly 3 decades. So why specifically Dunis and why Senegal? I'm going to pass that part to Phil, because he is one of the originals to the Dunis partnership. So.
Sure, thank you, Haley, for that answer. So why really partnership with Dunis is a great question. Whenever the CEO of Dunis, who at the time was working for BEM, reached out to Fort Hays State University, the first thing we do when we're vetting partners is we talk about, why are we doing this? What are the goals? What are the values that we have? And we very quickly found that the goals for the partnership, for what we want to do academically, and the values that we have as institutions, that those really had close alignment. So that was very important to us. So that was really the number one, factor when we looked at this. What values do we have, and what are the goals for the partnership? So once we realized that those do align, we felt really good and comfortable about working with each other. And we also love the part of the world there, Senegal as well. Like you said, Haley and I have visited Senegal. We love the students, we love the people, we love the people who work at Dunis. But yeah, just having that value alignment was so important to us, and that's really what got this all started and helped it continue strong as it is today.
Great. And how do you think this partnership fits into your university's big picture? What are your missions, whether they're, or long-term visions?
Sure, that's a great question. So in our university mission statement, the ending part of it, and really the culmination, is to develop and engage global citizen leaders. And so partnerships really fit that vision, because how would we create a global leader if we aren't exposing students to the globe and to the world? And so this partnership is part of that integration of learning, which is so important, that an American student doesn't go to class and only learn with American students. That's not a global education. But bringing students from Senegal and all around the world is what truly brings that global learning experience to life, when their classmates and their group projects bring in those different cultural experiences. And so I think that's one way, but I do think there are other ways that this really helps. Bill, do you want to tag and what we're doing here at Fort Hays?
Haley, I think you excited that, we can take, like you said, what we're doing around the world to students in Senegal. And so we're just happy to be a part of this and, watch what this can do. And what the students will be able to take, in their future, as they go into their jobs, wherever that might be in the world. We're just happy to be a part of that. And we just know it's going to have a lasting impact.
Absolutely, and I absolutely agree with you. I feel like global learning is like the key here, for students to get that cultural awareness and kind of grow up being global citizens. So my next question is to you is, what are some of the doors this partnership is going to open for students and academics or just, the wider community?
Sure. So I think some of the doors that open for students, the one that comes to mind the most quickly is oftentimes our students who do the 2+2 program, they advance into doing a graduate program. So I think there's immediately the door opened if they want to pursue a master's degree or a graduate level degree, they're able to seamlessly transition into that. Our business degrees, they're able to do a +1 and finish an MBA in 1 year. And so there's just some great advantages in terms of just academic doors that could be open. I would also say that I think it's the part of it that we can't measure, but having that international community, the doors that can open when you're an entrepreneur and you are dreaming up your business, your strategy and writing your business plan and bringing in other perspectives. Because if you want to scale something, it has to come from more points of view than just your own. And having those people in your life that you can call on and bring in to really refine an idea. Additionally, a lot of our students who come abroad, and specifically Dunis students, they work here at Fort Hays. They're able to get jobs and get some professional experience. Again, broadening their network, meeting faculty and staff on a different level than just in the classroom or through a service, but really getting to work alongside and getting hands-on learning experience that looks great on a resume or that can help move them maybe into an optimal practical training experience after they graduate and they want to utilize their F visa for some professional work experience here in the U.S. So areas of influence. And I think that's the beauty of international education today, is we can take it global. It doesn't require a visa to get a degree. Degrees can go and move around the world. And so I'm excited to see what that new expansion of our partnership is going to do and to see what it looks like when we're able to offer the Fort Hays degree fully in Senegal and allow students to stay on continent and begin investing and making a real impact in their own communities. I think, Maimuna, we're all anxious to see what all doors and what all opportunities come from that new part of our partnership.
Absolutely, absolutely. So I'm going to switch the gears now to academics. What kind of programs or fields is your university most proud of?
Yeah, that's a good question. So in 1902, I said we were founded then. We were founded as a teaching school, so really founded to develop educators. And that is still a very large program here at Fort Hays, not necessarily connected to the Dunis Partnership, but it is one of the programs that sets Fort Hays apart in the U.S. would be our teaching programs, and they're extremely accessible to teachers all over the world. Honestly, they can access them online or come and learn directly here on the campus. I would also say our business college is set apart. It's a great part of our university. It's a very large part of our university. They make pathways into getting an MBA or advancing maybe a certificate, just giving students extra credentials to set them apart in a job market. There's many ways that they also just help give them hands-on experience through different entrepreneurial challenges or pitch competitions. And there's just a intensive learning opportunities within the business college to really prepare students for real world business. Another part of our university that's very set apart in terms of academics is our art and design. We have a very robust art and design facility as well as an academic program to follow it up. Many graphic designers that graduate from here go on to work in major cities and huge corporations. And so it's also been a really neat part of our university. Our STEM college as well is really grown over the past few years with a heavy interest in computer science as we just see market demand. But we have some great programs there as well, and some really cool hands-on learning opportunities for students to learn how to use technology at a very affordable price. They try to deliver their projects at 80% of the quality for 20% of the cost. And that model is very, makes students really, problem solve and figure out how to really find a way to offer a high quality product at a low cost, and in technology specifically. So kind of running all over the university, but I would say, business, arts, STEMs, education, those would be some of the most standout programs that come to mind at our university.
Okay, excellent. And how do you see this partnership enhancing like the student education experience?
I would say there's two sides to that. Currently, I believe our number this semester is we have 33 Dunis students living and learning at Fort Hays. I think that's our highest number. So
Wow.
something for us to celebrate, and celebrating all of those Dunis students here. And I think there's two parts. There's the part of those students, those 33 students who have upped their lives and came here. The value and the impact that this experience is going to have on them, again, is so hard to measure. But what they bring to our university is so profound, because we have many students coming from small communities in Kansas who've never met someone from Senegal. They've never interacted with someone that has speaks 3 or 4 languages like many of our Dunis students do, and that experience is just as profound. And so having the Dunis students come to our campus, we know that has such a profound impact on them and the value they bring, but it also equally impacts our domestic, our American students who are here, because that's what gives that well-rounded global learning experience. And then again, having them in these different programs that we're talking about with academics, having them in those classes, it just helps bring that different international perspective and internationalizing our curriculum so it's engaging and fun for students from all over the world. I think it has impact to the individual, but then again to the people who are meeting them and getting to know them, the colleges and the classes that they're in. It's just truly a profound impact that this partnership has had right here on our campus. And again, just so excited to welcome 33 Dunis students here this semester. We have graduate students and undergraduate students, and I think they're coming from 3 Dunis locations with Cameroon, Ivory Coast, and Dakar. So excited to see all of those students on the campus, and we have some of them working in our office right now. So getting that hands-on experience with what we do as well.
Excellent, excellent. I'm now going to move on to just the vision and the future impact. Um, and this is quite a big question because it's very important. We're talking about, building global citizens. So how does this partnership help students get ready for global challenges and opportunities, like the big problems we read about, not just finishing assignments at 2 a.m.
Sure. Yeah, so Maimuna, I'm thinking of, just some of the challenges around population trends or resource management or technology and governments. The list is long of global challenges that we're all facing in our own industries and our own spheres today. I would say we've never needed these types of partnerships like we need them right now today, because we are facing so many challenges, but we're also so interconnected, more so than ever before through technology. We have this podcast happening because of that. And so those challenges and that interconnectedness, we need partnerships like this, like we've never needed them before. Students even facing those individual challenges of, obtaining a visa, getting admitted abroad, traveling abroad, even those are individual challenges that they're working through and that they're solving, those are the building blocks to getting them to the point to be able to critically think and critically contribute, maybe not solve, but contribute to some of those major global challenges that we have. And so going through this whole process of studying abroad or getting an American degree in your home country, it does come with challenges that are on the scale of that feat, but those are the building blocks and those are the tools that they're going to need when they graduate and they're in their own industries and they're facing some of these global challenges that we all do in our different work. And so I think, how will it actually contribute to those challenges? I always say, today's students are tomorrow's global leaders. So the more that we do to allow them to experience challenge, to allow them to equip them with tools, to train them in this season, the better we're preparing them for when they're in industry and they're facing some of those major challenges that, we do right now. And I think that those really are the experiences that they need to be able to become those global citizens that really do change the world in whatever sphere that looks like for them.
Excellent, excellent. And if you were to picture the perfect success of this collaboration 1 year from now, what would it look like?
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, we always want to increase our numbers because it's not just about the numbers because that's what generates the revenue, but every number is a life that's been impacted and changed. Every number is a story and representing what their life story is developing into and what it's going to be. And so I would love to see us just continue to grow. Our what we would call pathway program, our students coming to our campus, we're so proud of the strength of that, and that is to credit to the Dunis team and the global affairs team and international student service team here who work so hard to make this partnership work. It takes both sides to make it a success. So I would say just continuing to see that investment of work so we can continue to see those lives transformed through study abroad. But then I would have to go on and extend that to say, with our recent expansion and offering our degree in Dakar, I would say seeing our program fully launched in a year from now, being ready to welcome our second cohort of hopefully 30 to 40 students in, that would be a huge success. We would love to see that just continue to grow. And I would say on a side note, maybe you, Maymuna, coming over here to Hayes and visiting us and
Yeah, I
Philadelphia,
need
coming
to.
to visit you,
I need to, yeah, definitely. It's on my list this year, this academic year.
Good. Well, welcome to Fort Hayes. We're excited to welcome you. But also, one of the things, Maymuna, I'll just mention here briefly is we love seeing the parents and the families come to celebrate the students when they graduate. Every semester, we have a graduation ceremony, and every semester, it's an opportunity for us to meet the families behind these students' success, behind these students' hard work, and to be honest, behind the investment of allowing them to have these opportunities. And so welcoming families to Fort Hayes is such a special time for us, but we also love to welcome our partner colleagues here as well. So I'll just throw a little shout out there to the parents and all their investment they do to make
Yeah.
our partnership a success, because we know that it is a major part of why the Fort Hayes Dunis partnership has been successful.
Yeah, yeah. Big shout out to the parents and to the children, you know? Yeah. Okay, and finally, no pressure. Actually, there is pressure. So if you could condense this collaboration into just one word, so for both of you, what would the word be and why?
My word would be transformational. And why I chose that word is because I believe this partnership has been transformational on the individual, on the partner, on the institutions, on the state and the countries, the regions. I think it's been transformational, and it's a resounding transformation that starts at the individual level, but it ripples out across the entire world in different ways. And so that would be my word. And I'll pass it to Phil for his word.
Sure. My word will be life-changing. And for much of the same reason that Haley talked about transformational. We see the students come here and we hear their stories, And not only do we see that their lives have been changed, but also when they come here and interact with us, our lives are changed for the better as well. And so it's just so exciting to be able to watch someone grow and have this life-changing experience, and then be able to see in the future where they're going to go and be able to follow that. So it's very exciting. So again, thank you so much for having us today. This has been wonderful. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you so much to the both of you for your insight. It's really been a pleasure. Thank you for taking your time off. I know this was scheduled yesterday, and that was Labor Day, and you didn't even tell us that, and I didn't realize it was a holiday in the US. So thank you for using your time to spend it with us.
Mhm.
And to everyone watching, thank you for tuning in. And I hope you learned something new about Fort Hayes and Dunis partnership and got inspired. So yeah, I don't know, Haley, do you want to say anything before you leave?
I would just say thank you so much for the invitation, for allowing us to share. We're very passionate about this work. We're extremely committed to Dunis as one of our premier partners here at Fort Hayes. And if you're interested in learning more, please just don't be shy. Don't hesitate. Just reach out. Any of us at Dunis or Fort Hayes would be more than happy to share. We truly do want you to be successful and really just find that path that gives you the most fulfilling life moving forward. So thank you for your time, and thank you for being a partner to us, Maymuna. It's always good to see you, and appreciate you just having us today.
Thank you. Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Yes,
Thank
take
you.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.